What is up, you Rocket League fans? I hope you're all doing well. I rarely see you guys. I really do. When it comes down to it, I wish I could see you more, but usually when you see me, it's not good news. It's usually drama out there in the Rocket League scene, which, by the way, just doesn't exist. All the pro players are just way too nice to each other, and that's why I rarely see you in these kind of videos. But big news as of late, and whenever there is big news, I'll be back here covering it. That's going to be recently, though, a newly acquired RLCS roster who just qualified through the Rival Series as one does. We see the trials and tribulations that many of these Rival Series teams go through, and we don't often know the background struggles of those lineups. Some teams fail time and time again, some give it the go multiple times, and actually a few of them, yes, especially as in the most recent seasons, we've seen several come-up teams through the Rival Series make it into the Championship Series, which is super exciting. I'm talking about RBG and their lineup, which, by the way, has now changed after they were promoted to the biggest series in Rocket League and in its current state. Now, with that being said, though, that's RBG. They've actually, with Rapid alongside Seabass, Aeon, they helped qualify that lineup to the RLCS, and ever since then, following announcements from their GM, indeed, they will be getting rid of one of those players, that being Aeon. Now, there's been a lot of public backlash towards the organization about this decision, so first of all, let me show you guys Michael, the GM, the co-owner, the founder, whatever you want to call it. He had this initial post about this. Ever since then, it was actually previously followed by the tweet by Aeon, which left everyone wondering what the heck happened. He was obviously looking for a team for the next upcoming season after qualifying for RLCS with RBG, and so people were wondering what exactly happened. Here's what Michael had to say about it.
Hello everyone, Miswan Jr. here. It is after much deliberation that we have decided to release Aeon from our Rocket League team. I know what you're thinking. We just finished qualifying for the RLCS with Aeon, and while that's true, the RLCS is a completely different animal than the Rival Series. It's our job here at RBG to put forth the best competitive roster we can, and while Aeon is a mechanical monster, Rocket League at the end of the day is a team game. The decision to release him is incredibly intricate, and we took input from the entire team. So be on the lookout for more information as it's available.
And I think the first thought many people out there definitely had towards was the organization. They target the organization for making a stupid, an unfair, and just a not worthy move to kick a player after you make the biggest series and the biggest achievement you can in Rocket League. It seems at first thought to be a very, very big mistake and a poor choice to make, even though further added as well is the coach himself of the roster, who did add in a very strong twitlonger. This was a mutual decision. As in, Aeon also had a say in this, and he himself was supposedly stepping back from the lineup for not being ready for RLCS, or maybe not feeling like he was ready for RLCS, and I don't think that was stressed enough. And ever since then, I actually was lucky enough to actually get a call with these RBG management. One was actually Dan, their communications manager, and one was Michael, the guy you saw in the video, the co-owner, the founder, the GM of the team itself, and he gave me some words that, well, they seemed like a very wise choice they had actually made. Surprisingly enough, I know a lot of people out there simply it does make sense to target the organization. When you go from Rival Series to RLCS, you make that giant jump, and one of your trio members who helped you get there is cut. Certainly off the bat, that seems suspicious. What they told me, though, was a reiteration of what's already out there, but people aren't really focusing on. The fact is this: Aeon has not made a problematic statement ever since. By the way, huge respect to him when it comes time for what Michael and others have now called, especially when it comes to this mutual decision, it comes down to his mentality and motivation. It's also understandable why people are like, why would he not be motivated if he just made the biggest series in Rocket League in the RLCS? But if that's a persistent struggle, and Aeon has not combated any of that, he has not refuted any of that, he is still looking for a team next season, and he seems all too okay with this choice, which certainly needs to be focused on. Like, it really does. When it comes down to it, the one person who should feel wronged and slighted here would be Aeon, and he has not said anything against the organization yet. In fact, he's only said good things about his leave. He seems fairly happy, and with that being said, a huge respect to him. Yes, he has missed out on easy prize pool earnings and a potential great future in Rocket League. He'll be looking for a new team to do the same things with. Huge respect to a player who can show respect to an organization and not freak out and be problematic, and can admit his own faults and potentially what seems to be a mutual choice, him included, to leave the team after they qualified for RLCS. So we have Michael Swan's initial response. We have the coach's response. We see a mutual decision, it seems to be made based off his mentality, his motivation, his readiness to perform at the RLCS level is why he was also part of the move and the decision to make his move away from the roster, and that needs to be focused on. Also, after talking to management, there are a lot of struggles that go on behind the scenes that we will will never know about, that they can't really come forward and obviously be open about as well, but they stand by their choice. They believe they made the right choice, and when it comes time for making that decision, they abided by all rules, by all laws, by all contracts in doing so, and when it comes to performing at the next level, you have to have the team in order to do so. When I first heard this story, I was on a lot of your sides. You first have to go to the organization and think, what is wrong? What happened? You compare this to other esports out there, like a Contenders team in Overwatch making OWL, and they kick one of the players who did it. It would be tumultuous. It would cause a lot of backlash. Like a CSGO team who just went from Mountain Dew League to Pro League. So on and so forth. Many esports have similar examples, which we don't see too often, this kind of thing happening when you qualify for the biggest league in your esport and you kick one of the members who got you there. It is okay to question that, but after further questioning and the answers we've received so far, I think it's a fair statement to say Aeon's okay with this, the organization needed this, and we got to move on. It's a rarity in Rocket League, but it does happen. The organization had to make this decision, and the team also made this choice as well. They need the best roster. If they felt he was not ready and he felt he was not ready, the choice has been made. A surprise story by me. I'm not after the organization. I actually stand by their choice. I am curious what you guys think about this, and if Aeon actually watched this video and wants to respond as well and refute anything, I'm open to it, man. I would love to talk to you as well. Again, huge respect to a player who maybe does feel wronged. Seemingly, he's okay with this, though. A big life-changing choice was put against him, and he's taken it with honor and great regard. Until next time, I hope you guys all enjoy breaking down gaming esports news here every single day, all day long. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.